Good morning, guys. I wanted to get you started with these equations that are on this translating equations and solving equations sheet. These are translating these first 8 problems. I'm not really worried about those. All of these word problems are really translating equations. Some of them are a little bit harder, so I was going to help you get started with them. And then you'll go back and solve these word problem equations that we're going to write. Okay, so we have the perimeter of a rectangle is 40 feet. Remember, perimeter is when you add up all the sides. The length is 2 more than 5 times the width. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. So anytime they tell me a shape, I go ahead and draw it. And when I add up all the sides, that's going to equal 40 feet. Okay, so then it says the length is 2 more than, so that means plus, 5 times the width. So 5 times is like 2 times. That means 5 times the width. So we know one side is going to be 5x plus 2. But they only tell us the one side. But they tell us in relation to the width. They explain the length in terms of the width. The length is 2 more than 5 times the width. Well, if we don't know the width, it's just going to be x. So remember the properties of a rectangle will be this. We need to add up all the sides. Now the official formula for perimeter is 2 times the sides. So we can say 2 times x, because there's 2 of them, plus 2 times 5x plus 2. And all of that has to equal 40. And then you're going to solve it from here. All right, our second problem is we have the second side of a triangle is 8 inches less than the first side. The third side is 9 inches more than the first side. The perimeter of the triangle is 58 inches. Find the length of each side. Okay, so we have a triangle. The second side is 8 inches less than the first side. Well, how long is the first side? I don't know. I'm just going to call the first side x. How do I show 8 inches less than that? I take its length and I subtract 8 from it. And then the third side is 9 inches more than, so more than would be plus, the first side. So the first side is x, and if I want 9 more inches, I'll just add 9 to it. The perimeter is 58 inches. Find the length of each side. So we're going to add each side. And it equals 58. And you're going to solve it. And once you get x, you got to go back and plug them in here so you find the lengths of all the sides. Same with up here. Once you find out what the variable is, plug it in to find the actual dimensions. All right, the perimeter of a rectangle of a skating rink is 530 feet. Okay, so we're going to have a rectangle. The length is 5 feet more than 3 times the width. 5 feet more than 3 times the width. So we know one side is going to be that. We don't actually know the length. Okay, and we want to have the perimeter. So you're going to add up all the sides, but remember we use this formula right up here because the length is used twice. So you have 2 times x plus 2 times 3x plus 5 equals 530. And then you'll solve it. All right, now the ones on the back get a little trickier. So we have a piggy bank. It's got some nickels and some dimes and some quarters. So what is unusual about these problems is we use our translating skills like 3 times. We know it's going to be 3 times something, right? And 5 more than. So we got some addition going on. So our translating skills are very important here. So we have dimes, nickels, and quarters, and they equal to $3.20. There are 3 times as many quarters as nickels and 5 more dimes than nickels. So in both of those sentences, the quarters refer to the nickels and the dimes refer to the nickels. What we don't know is the nickels. So we have nickels, I'm going to call them N. And quarters there's 3 times as many quarters as nickels. So 3N will represent the quarter. And then there's 5 more dimes than nickels. So nickels plus 5 equals our dimes. So we're trying to keep it to one variable here. And if we add up all these coins, we get $3.20. Now, this is talking about money. So we have to include some money going on here. How much is a nickel? Well, a nickel is 5 cents. So there we've got our nickels. Plus, this represents a quarter. Quarters, remember, are 25 cents. And it's going to be multiplied times the 3N. And this represents dimes. Remember, dimes are 10 cents. And if you add all of that together, we should get $3.20. Okay? So you're going to finish solving this, and you'll be able to tell me how many nickels there are, how many quarters there are, and how many dimes are there. Just whatever you get for N, plug it back into each of those. All right, 13. One number is 6 less than 3 times another number. Find the two numbers. So one number is 6 less than 3 times the other number. Okay, so we don't know what the one number is. But the second number is 6 less than 3 times that number. And find the two numbers if their sum is 14. So if we take x plus 3x minus 6, it's going to equal 14. And then you're going to solve it, find out what the x is, and then plug it in here to find out the second number. Alright, here's another money question. Bill has 4 times as many quarters as dimes. In all, he has $2.20. How many coins of each type does he have? So this is very similar to number 12. So we've got quarters and dimes. But he has 4 times as many quarters as dimes. So the quarters are referring to the dimes. We don't know how many dimes there are, but I know the number of quarters is 4 times as many dimes. Okay? And so a dime is 10 cents. When we add them together, we get $2.20. So a dime is 10 cents plus the quarters. And they're going to equal $2.20. You're going to finish solving that, find out how many dimes there are and how many quarters are there. And our last one. Bess has $2.80 in quarters and dimes. The number of dimes is 7 less than the number of quarters. How many of each type of coins does she have? Dimes are 7 less than the quarters. So they keep referring to the variable is based off quarters. So you have quarters that represent quarters, and dimes are 7 less than that, so you would take the quarters minus 7 represents the dimes. When you add them all up, you get $2.80, so quarters are 25 cents, plus dimes, which are 7 less than the quarters, equals $2.80. So you're going to go solve all of those that we just went through. And then these last four are solving some multi-step equation. A little more practice. All right, let me know if you have any questions.